All right, what up? Last card of the year. Ultimately, that went my way. I think we went 9-4. I missed 4. I think I don't know how many. I think 9-4 went perfect on the main card. I'll go over it real quick. Newsom versus Morozov. Sergey kind of did what I thought he would do. That was the easy pick. Not much to explain there. Dvorak and Cap, whatever you say. I was actually surprised that it was as dominant as it was. I thought it'd be a little closer. I just thought that Manuel would be able to move around a little more and be evasive, because I knew that David could be more aggressive and kind of have these bursts where he would kind of just unload on them. So I won those two. Actually, in parlay, that was my first parlay of the night. That was the only parlay I won that night until the big one on the main card. And I'll explain that because I tried to flip that, and a lot of that rested with the next couple fights. So from there, I went to Brian Battle and Renat, blah, blah, blah. I know 99% of the population had Brian Battle losing. I felt like I needed to take some dogs. I'm a fan of Battle. I probably let my emotions and fandom in there a little bit. But again, I needed to take a dog, and I felt like he would do a little bit better job of keeping a distance. He didn't. He just kind of backed up towards the cage and allowed the takedowns. He's young. He'll get better. His jiu-jitsu, with his length and size on the ground, being able to get some people in submissions from that spot. But he just lost to a strong wrestler. In these like Russian type wrestlers, you see their back and it looks like a chimpanzee's back. You know you're in for a long night, and that's the case here. So I should have known better, but again, I thought Battle would make it a little more difficult and maybe squeeze something out. And there was times where he had a triangle in and some arm bars, trying to get some submissions, but his opponent's just too strong. With Garcia and Mascherate, again, I was back and forth on this. Last minute, I took Mascherate just because of his size. I thought long as Garcia didn't just grapple him and dominate him there, and I don't think he really did. She's tired. Mascherate, for his size, he has a lot of potential, but he has no fighter IQ. His fight IQ sucks. He kept throwing these fake knees where he like lift his knee, but he wouldn't actually throw the knee. Like, I was counting on those knees. He's so much taller. I was counting on him really throwing the knees, not fake ones. And then really all he kept doing was trying to close the distance with these elbows that weren't landing. I mean, he landed one, which obviously split open an artery. And that kid sucks. I'm not going to bet on him again. He'd have to get way better. What also bothers me about this fight, which tickles my fancy or doesn't, is look how much Garcia bled. And we heard so many times from Dominic Cruz and Paul Felder tonight, oh, damage. You know, judges look at damage. That's what they look at. It's like when they push the pass interference narrative in the NFL, or is it a catch? It's like the UFC told them, like, make sure we talk about damage so people know why Paddy Pimblett won and that the UFC's not fixed. Nobody thinks it's fixed. You don't have to keep bringing up damage. That's dumb. But it's not the case. If that was the case, this dude was more damaged than 98% of fights have ever taken place. I mean, the whole octagon stained with blood. Only one person bled tonight, Garcia. So that's dumb. Otherwise, he'd have lost there. Nor should he have lost. I'm just proving a point. Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Kakramanov. I knew this was going to be a great fight. I thought it was going to be a fight of the night. These guys are very similar style. Kakramanov is actually kind of giving Nurmagomedov the business there for a little bit. And I just knew long as Nurmagomedov didn't get tired, he could win this fight. I thought he was a little stronger, and he would get out of some not advantageous positions, which is what he did. He was able to kind of flip the script even when Kakramanov took his back. So that was a great fight. Kakramanov is still going to be on the good list going forward. I don't count this L against him because it's just a great opponent, great matchup. And who knows, if they had fought again, maybe he wins. Next, Jake Matthews and Matthew Summonsberger. This one annoyed me. Really, if Jake could have avoided 3 right hands tonight, he would have won. The first one, the first round, got followed up with some ground and pound. Everybody thought it was probably going to be finished. From there, he recovered. Second round, gets dropped to 1 punch, gets up. I thought he won the round. Third round, gets dropped to 1 punch, gets up. I thought he won the round. Maybe some of that you could say is biased because I picked him, but it's just, I felt like after that he just controlled the fight. I felt like he moved around better, boxed better. I mean, his stats are better. He had more strikes. I know some of this control, but even this control timer, it's not really doing much with it. I don't like takedowns that don't lead to anything. I really think the only thing that Semmelsberger did was just throw those 2 punches in the second, third that landed, and that wins him the fight. And I disagree with the decision, but I get it. I definitely don't get unanimous decision, but whatever. So I think I made the right pick on that. I'll stick with it. Cheyenne versus Corey McKenna. Last minute, I picked Cheyenne. I bet on Corey McKenna last fight. She won me money. I just felt like size difference here, and I believed when they told me Cheyenne was away for a year to work on her takedown defense that maybe they figured it out. They didn't. She wasn't terrible with her takedown defense, and even on her back, but it was clear, basically like second round, okay, she's not going to win. She's not going to get out of these positions. She can't catch McKenna and knock her out or do some serious damage. She's going to lose. So that one's on me. I should have picked Corey McKenna. I'm just trying to be a little different there and overthought it. Corey Brundage versus Michael, also, so I don't know how to say his name. But this was pretty much a clear win to me. I just felt like he had the knockout power and the aggressiveness to win this, and he did. What I didn't see it was just coming as quick as it did in the first round. I actually had a prop bet in the parlay where I took this fight to go the distance, which I knew it wouldn't. It was a plus, but I definitely, if I wouldn't have done that, I would have bet the over 1.5, and it didn't even go that. So kind of went how I thought it would, but quicker than I thought it would go that way. Bobby Green and Dober, great fight. Bobby Green was working Dober. That hand speed is just, Dober didn't have an answer. I started getting nervous. I felt like I needed 5 rounds of this for Dober to land that shot. I knew if he just landed one, because I was like, man, how is he not at least landing one? He can catch Bobby Green. He'll win this. And he finally caught him. Thank goodness. His jab was on fire. And Dober is eating alive. Luckily, Dober is, he believes in his own abilities. He walks through some of those jabs. He just eats them. He knows it's part of the business. He's going to take some damage, but he delivered. I wanted to start to see him get some more takedowns. Excuse me. Tired. I get up early. I don't stay up this late. But Dober delivered ultimately. Appreciate it. So that was the start of my big parlay. I had Dober, Albazi, Sarukian, and Cannonier for a couple $100. I should have placed it earlier in the week. I would have won $30-40 more. Plus, I also was going to put Darren Wynn. I was going to do the same one with Darren Wynn losing. The Cannonier one made me kind of nervous, so I was going to put the Darren Wynn fight in there, either with or in substitute. But whatever. End of the year on a good note. It's a couple $100 win. Going on to Alex versus Julian Erosa. I thought Erosa had more power, and that was the only thing in this. I felt like he was going to get basically outmaneuvered. I didn't see it. Basically, I didn't really see it being a KO, so that was awesome in my favor instead of leaving it up to judges. But I definitely saw him being able to outwork him and moving around and being evasive. And some of y'all commented on there and were like, "Oh, I go to Erosa. Oh, you know what you're talking about." Which is funny because more times than not, when I get those comments or messages, y'all are wrong. One person I can think of in particular actually said he had this one and he had Ismagulov. So I'm going to go back and comment again because, sir, you had both of them wrong. And you put a little lock emoji next to it, I believe, and told me it was a lock. Other than that, the only other person that really gave me some crap ahead of time was for taking Brian Battle. So good on you, sir. Obviously, I knew I was taking the underdog there. But you're right. The other guy with the Arosa and Demir, you're wrong. Next, Abazi. I didn't even watch any film, anything on Costa. I didn't have to. Abazi's on the good list. And after his last performance, I was rocking with Abazi until the wheels fell off. You're going to give me a non-ranked opponent. Of course, I'm going to take him. He was like minus 500 for the weekend on Bovada, so it wasn't worth betting. At one point, I was going to just throw like 100 on him straight up. Obviously, obviously it's not worth it. I'm not going to put 100 down for 20. These are humans. I mean, he could have came in and stepped around, broke his ankle. I'm not going to lose my money on that, but I would have liked to bet the house on him had he had a ranked opponent or somebody that would have, on paper, made it closer and gave me better odds. Next, Sarukian versus Ismagulov. It's pretty dominant. I thought it'd be a little bit closer. I really just believe in Sarukian. I don't think he lost his last fight. Like he said, he's won 7 in a row. This dude will be one of the people in the future to challenge Islam for the title, who actually have a shot to compete with it. I don't know if his ground I don't know if his ground game is there defensively, so we'll see how much better he's gotten since his first fight in the UFC when he fought Islam. But luckily, the list of people who are going to fight Islam and in the near future are going to be few, because some of them already gotten title shots and none of them have a chance at beating him. So I think it's like Sarukian said, if he gets another top opponent, he'll walk into a title shot. I'll say next title shot after, we'll say after the Aussie fights him, which is so stupid. Islam's going to destroy Volkanovski. After that, it'll probably be Benny, I would hope. And then after Benny, it'll be Sarukian. So by the end of 2023, we could see Sarukian as the lightweight champion, or at least getting his chance. So let's say he probably fights in March. I mean, if he sits out for a little bit, maybe by the fall of 23, he could have a title shot. So good on him. And then the main event, Sean Strickland, Cannonier. Started to be nervous. I felt like the further it went, Strickland was going to start pouring it on. I wanted Cannonier to get a finish. Luckily, Cannonier poured it on a little bit and started to bust up Strickland's nose. Strickland still has such a rare style. The fact that he can be so calm and just so, his peripheral, everything about him, catching kicks and just, he knows that everything is going on, and he has, his breathing looks like it was when he walked into the ring. Very impressive. I still wanted to see him fight Izzy had he not basically changed the course of history, because he just walked at Pariah and let Pariah him in the face. Strickland has every tool in the arsenal for him to have easily beat Pariah. So that was annoying. And then on top of that, it actually cost him his own title shot against Izzy. And then also changed the fact that Izzy ended up losing the title to Pariah because Strickland allowed him to get that shot. And bad referee. Anyway, so ultimately, I'll take it. Good card. There's 2 people I should have known better tonight. I shouldn't have missed 4. I should have missed 2. But whatever. I want some money, so I'll take it. I have $50 on that 4-pick parlay. I should have put the 100 on there. I was going to. Instead, I took that money and I played with it and tried to flip it, and I really lost it because of the Battle fight and Cheyenne fight. If either one of those would have hit, I would have won a lot more money on some parlays. But it is what it is. I'll put up some content over the next couple weeks. Just some conversations. What do we want to see happen in 2023? Future champions. Who do we think? Like I said, I just think Sarukian's going to be in the picture in his division. Who do we see mixing some things up? Who do we want to see? I'm going to trim the good list, put it out. We'll start the year with the good list again. Also, we're going to have, I'll probably start off the next UFC, the Glover card. Probably going to do a parlay split again, where basically you send me your parlays. We'll come up 3 or 4 pick parlay, probably a 4-pick. You send me a 4-pick. I'll look at all people's 4 picks. The one I like the most, I think we can win. I'll use my money. I'll place the bet. it hits, we win, we'll split the money 50-50. So we'll do that again. Did that a while back. I only did it once. Wanted to do it more a couple times, but just never got around to it. So we'll start the year off with that. Who knows? Maybe we'll go a little more. Last time we did like a $20 one. Maybe we'll do 50 or 100. We'll see. I just flipped some of this money from tonight onto the Buffalo Bills and some football games tomorrow. So as long as I don't get stupid and lose all my money on football between now and the next cards, we'll have the opportunity for this. But I appreciate everybody's support on the Instagram. That's mainly where I do all my stuff, but haven't done too much on the YouTube page. Looking to do more videos when my workload slows down a little bit. But appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll see you on 2023.